Super Souls, welcome back to the Moon Magic Tarot channel. Thank you for joining me today. These readings are full moon angel readings. We're going to draw 3 cards, and we also have 3 beautiful angels to help to guide you in, and we will draw a rune as well for those of you that like that additional guidance, just to guide you in. In these readings, we are actually asking your angels and your archangels as well, what is unfolding next in your life? So we are asking, what is unfolding next in your life? It's card number 3. Okay, so this was card number 1. Card number 1, your card is 3 of Swords. And this is going to be sitting with the Tiger Eye angel. Tiger Eye is a stone of protection. It's also a stone of good luck as well, actually. Reading number 2, you have 2 of crystals. And this is sitting with the white quartz angel. White quartz is, gosh, it's an amazing energy. It literally repels negativity. Reading number 3, you have the Seeker of Wands. And this is sitting with the rose quartz energy. Well, rose quartz is love. That's in a nutshell. What more can we say? Love, love, and more love. So let's draw 3 runes as well. Oh, we have 2 for this reading. Reading 1, you have the rune of flow. Reading 2, you have the rune of fertility. And reading 3, you have the rune of journey and the rune of gateway. Okay, so Super Souls, I'll leave the video running for just a few minutes longer, or a few minutes, a little moment, to help to guide you in. If you need a little more time, you can always press the pause button as well. And I will see you in the readings. Welcome, reading number 1. You have been guided in by the 3 of Swords, the rune of flow, and the beautiful Tiger Eye energy. Tiger Eye angel. This is a stone of protection. It is also a stone that is said to bring good luck to the wearer. It often indicates a change of fortune, a shift in the energy, actually. Now, this is really interesting because in this particular 3 of Swords as well, what we have here is a dove flying in here with, ultimately, I want to call it an olive branch, but this is a symbol of transformation. We have literally the symbol of the triangle as well. Something is about to shift and turn. You have a window of opportunity, something in your world that is unfolding. Your angels are already telling you something is about to shift, turn, change, and move into flow in a different, I say a different way, moving forwards. Let's draw more cards. I'm not going to say any more just yet. Let's place our angel. I think we can put the angel just there, can't we? Perhaps that will work with our little rune up here. Okay, let's see. Let's draw some oracle cards first. Because this is a full moon reading, we're going to draw a moon card. Both of those are wanting to come through for you. Two angel cards here, and look at that. They're coming out in twos today, Super Souls. How interesting. I wonder what the significance of two, the number two is. Two is a turning point. It's a point in the tarot. Aces are a surge of raw energy. Two is the point when things start to come together or start to move forwards or start to open up. These cards were literally coming out in twos for you. Okay, so your moon cards, you are good enough, full moon in Virgo, a time for healing, balsamic moon. Interesting cards. I'm going to place these down here actually. Remember who you are. Archangel Michael, you are a powerful, loving and creative child of God. You are very loved. Compassion. Archangel Zadkiel, soften your heart with respect to this situation and all the people involved, including yourself. We then have the card, look at this again, be true to yourself. The card of Rat, be true to yourself and the universe will reward you. Archangels Gabriel and Zadkiel. We then have the card of Elephant. Open yourself to true abundance. Archangels Mary and Raphael. What we're seeing, reading number one, we'll draw tarot cards, Archangel tarot cards in just a moment. But whatever is unfolding in your world right now, you are absolutely at a turning point. You are being given a window of opportunity. Now, if it hasn't yet arrived, it's going to. It may be that for some of you, this window of opportunity is literally right in front of you already, but maybe you haven't yet stepped through it, or you have hesitation in stepping through. Maybe you're not feeling quite good enough. You know, when somebody, it's like if you see a job position that you'd really like to go for, and but a part of you says, oh no, I don't quite fit the criteria, I couldn't fulfill the job description just yet, and you feel uncertain. And this reading and your angels are actually saying to you, no, this is an opportunity, this is absolutely right for you. If something has been offered to you, something is being shown to you, there is definitely a window of opportunity. Now, this window of opportunity, it's very interesting, because this window of opportunity is actually going to, it's going to help you to be more yourself. If you've been feeling either out of sorts, or you have felt as though you'd almost, do you know what's really coming through there? The language that I'm feeling here is actually to do with soul retrieval. Now, I know many of you will be very familiar with that terminology. For those of you that are new to me and my channel, I worked as a counsellor and psychotherapist. I was an accredited therapist for over 28 years, and my calling is to really bring this knowledge base into more spiritual work here. In shamanic work, just as in psychotherapy or counselling, and even in everyday life, you know, we talk about when we break down or we fall apart, you know, those kinds of things, that we have this terminology. It's like, oh, you know, that totally floored me, I just fell apart. You know, whether it's a big falling apart or a little falling apart, we kind of fragment, we break down. This is the language that we use in many ways when something disintegrates or doesn't feel like it's working. You know, however much energy we put into it, it fell apart, you know, it didn't happen. In shamanic work, this is talked about as the soul, a part of the soul leaving, almost as if something isn't working or there's a trauma or a difficulty, a part of the soul kind of leaves the body, as it were. And it's not an unhealthy thing. It's not a breakdown in a negative way. Actually, what's happening is a part of the soul is moving away from the situation because to remain healthy. Because if something's not working or something isn't okay, let's say somebody was being, if a child has been bullied at school, you know, part of their soul might sort of abandon the building, but it's actually moving to a place of safety. And actually there's a time when we call that piece of the soul back again. We're moving to wholeness. It's sort of psychotherapy and soul retrieval, shamanic work. They really are working, you know, very much in the same, different techniques sometimes, but it's all about the same stuff. It is all about the work of the soul. So there is something here about you returning to life and an opportunity. There is a lot of brightness. You know, what is about to unfold in your life is bringing you a great deal of brightness. Now, for some of you, circumstances that took place really did feel like stuff just disintegrated, or the world as you knew it changed. For others, it may have just been a blip along the way, something that didn't work, but it knocked your confidence. And for others, maybe there is just something way, way back, you know, from historically that left you feeling that you weren't good enough. And whenever there's an opportunity presented to you, a part of you almost goes into your shell and you think, you know, actually, you know, it's easier to hibernate. Well, your angels and the archangels are really saying to you, open yourself up to true abundance. This is time for you to believe in yourself, be true to yourself, and step through this window of opportunity, whatever this is for you, because it's time for you to flow forwards. So the unfolding in your world right now is, as I said, this window. It's either already open and it's there right in front of you, or I say right behind you almost. You may not have seen it yet. We're seeing this Three of Swords here. It's like she's calling it in. Okay, she's ringing in the changes. And in flies this bird. I mean, this is very symbolic, I always think, this bird with the leaf of, you know, when sailors are at sea, you know, before we had, you know, the kind of GPS systems and the navigational systems we had, you know, if a bird flew in and they knew it was a land bird, they would then follow that land bird because it would take them to dry land. They knew even if they couldn't see the horizon, on the horizon, they couldn't physically, you know, with the human eye, see the land. If they saw a land bird, they knew they weren't far from land, and they would then direct the ship to follow that bird in. So there is something about, something is unfolding. There will be guidance, a window of opportunity, something given to you that will be showing you the steps you need to take in the right direction. What it is ultimately bringing is an opportunity to flow into a new time of your world where you will be far more yourself. You will be able to be you in a much more fulfilled way. Be true to yourself and the universe will reward you. It's really interesting. Archangel Zadkiel, you know, showing up twice here. Soften your heart with respect to this situation and all the people involved, including yourself. So I think we just need to draw more cards here and find out a little bit more about what's going on, perhaps. Maybe ask what's going on for reading number 1. And then we'll perhaps ask for more cards. I think we'll do 2 sets of cards here. We'll ask what's going on for reading number 1, and then we will also ask, you know, how is this window of opportunity appearing? Can we be given more information? So let's first of all draw cards and ask, what's kind of going on here? Your cards are flying out. Let's look at these first. So these are Archangel Tarot cards. So we have King of Ariel, successful, stable, accomplished, powerful. Your plans are working out very well. Professional and financial success, using resources wisely. You have Perspective. Excuse me. I am so sorry, Super Souls. For those of you that are following my readings, you'll know I still have the residue of a very dry cough. I have to say I did actually end up getting COVID, and so this is actually the aftermath of it. But I am really fine and very well, and thank you to those of you who commented and wished me well. So perspective, Archangel Chamuel, there is a better way. Pause for reflection and insight. Dare to be different. Knight of Michaels, strong, committed, intellectual, diligent. Time to move quickly. Choose logic over emotion. Sudden changes. Divine guidance, Archangel Sandalphon, the search for meaning in life. Consider an alternative approach. Surround yourself with wise teachers or friends. We then have Two of Gabriel. Now what did we say about twos? Make bold and ambitious choices. Great progress is possible. Important relationships with people who share your vision. And then the Empress. Time to act upon your plans. Creativity is rewarded. Luxurious or abundant resources. Reading number 1. Everything coming through in your reading is speaking of opportunity. I feel that what your angels are voicing is the only thing that's there are two things, two kind of messages coming through here for you about the way things are unfolding. The first message that's coming through is to do with your own self-confidence. It's to do with your belief in yourself. You know, the Three of Swords is a card that traditionally speaks of, in a traditional pack, of conflict coming to an end. You know, the two of Swords is a card of conflict. There's difficulty, there's hesitation, there's a dilemma. The Three of Swords is actually always suggesting that that can now come to an end. But you may have to change course, course correct, alter your direction, change your perspective. But you are actually on track. If some aspect of your plans hasn't worked out, this is part of the second part of the message. There's some aspect of your situation that needs to be just basically reassessed. What you fundamentally want is very much right for you. Okay, and I think you sort of know there's something you really want that you're trying to manifest, and you know what you want. I think you've possibly, this is really interesting, I think you have possibly slightly compromised too much in order to try to manifest or to work at something and get the something that you really wanted. You wanted something to work out, and I think you compromised either your principles, or you haven't stepped down in any way. I'm seeing you stepping up big time, and fair play to you. Protection, change of fortune here. But you have, it's almost as though you've conceded to something. Okay, you've conceded, you accepted something, or somebody else's opinion, or someone else's perspective. Or if someone said, no, don't do it this way, do it that way. It's almost as though you've followed their authority, given away your own authority. In some way, shape or form, whatever this is meaning for you, it will be, your circumstances are completely unique. There is now a window of opportunity. It's almost like the timing of something. And that's the twos. The twos in tarot, as I said earlier, the aces are a point of raw energy, of ideas, of something, the beginning of something. The two is the breaking point where we break open. We can come out of our cave. We can move something forwards. It hasn't arrived anywhere yet, but it is a turning point of action in some way, shape or form, even if it's a conflict and we see it clearly, which would be the Two of Swords, which you don't have here. But what we do have here, Gabriel is asking you to make bold and ambitious choices. Great progress is possible. Important relationships with people who share your vision. So I feel you've conceded or given away your power almost, or accepted somebody else's point of view, or the predominant expected way of doing something. Or, you know, if it's, you know, in a connection to an individual relationship, you've gone along with what the other person wanted, but it's diminished your confidence. It's sort of almost opened up a little package of you that says, you know, well, can I really get it my way? I don't really feel quite right. This isn't congruent with me, but, you know, I need to compromise. It's as if you've been so thoughtful. And in being so thoughtful and considerate, this has stopped you from being really true to yourself. And the key here to this working out is to do with you being you. And again, for some of you, I think you've almost felt like you've kept yourself and your ideas under wraps. It's time to heal the essence of this, which is you not believing that you're good enough. That comes from probably, you know, it's history, isn't it? Wherever that's come from, it's come from your history. It's time to almost, I'm going to use that analogy of soul retrieval. If a little piece of you once left, if you were targeted, bullied, put down, not encouraged, not supported, made to feel stupid, any of those things, and a little piece of you departed to a safe environment, I think you've always had that connection. It's time for that little piece of you to be welcomed back in, and for you to, in a wholehearted way, know that you are worthy, lovable, absolutely amazing, and it's time to be completely true to yourself. And the moment you step into that space of wholeness, this is going to unfold. And this is the perspective that's being changed here as well. The perspective here is actually about not following somebody else's pathway, not following somebody else's viewpoint, not conceding, again, it's not that you would be aggressive or horrible or not okay with anyone, and I'm seeing that so beautifully clearly. You know, the energy around you is full of light, full of love. It's really lovely, but it's time to follow this to follow your own pathway and do it your way. What's that song? I did it my way. That's what it feels like. Your plans are working out. Everything is actually going to flow into its new form. The timing is perfect. And this is what's been going on. There's been deliberating or a lack of confidence. It's time to nurture yourself into being, to move quickly, choose logic, because logically, and this is really interesting, this is a super lovely card from Archangel Michael. Strong, committed, intellectual, diligent. Sometimes it's really helpful for us to get our mind to hold the pathway for us, because our emotions can so often be tangled in the I might not be good enough stuff. You know, certain emotions trigger very specific thinking patterns. I wrote a book about this. I'm not here in these readings and in the Moon Magic Tarot channel to promote my books particularly, but I can genuinely tell you this book will completely help you to understand your emotions, the negative ones, especially as a source of empowerment. Every emotion has a real purpose. It has a higher energetic and a lower energetic. And if you know and understand how to use that higher energetic, emotion is like energy in motion. That energy will be available to you. And emotions have very specific trigger-specific thinking patterns, which often then generate more of the very same emotion, and we can go around in circles. There's an opportunity for you to change something here, and Archangel Michael is saying it's time to move quickly, choose logic over emotion. And this is where, if you have an understanding of this, your logical mind can hold you firm on course and say, I know that even though I'm feeling like I'm having a wobble, I know that I'm good enough. Actually, I know I can do this. I know that I deserve this. I know my point of view is valid. And it's having your mind take charge over and above the emotions that are much more to do with history than to do, you know, they're like a replaying of history and of anxieties and patterns from the past rather than emotions in the present, because there's quite a big difference between the two. You know, I could talk about this for hours, and I don't want to waffle too much within the reading, but truly, super souls, this is a time for you to be really honor the truth of yourself, and that courage is going to create a personal environment around you. Look at this rat. Be true to yourself and the universe will reward you. It's like you come home to yourself in some way, and if any tiny little piece of your soul in that scenario, that way of seeing things shamanically, had departed, it is now time for it to return. You see this beautiful spiral in the middle of this lovely rat with this, literally this space of energy of protection. This is, I mean, this sums up the energy of Tiger Eye here, this energy of both protection and good fortune really coming in around you. Luck, good fortune, just beautiful. So this is a time of major opportunity to fix an older pattern of thinking, working, being, and take action. It's time to really move on this, to say your piece. Divine guidance, this is very interesting because it says consider an alternative approach. Again, surround yourself with wise teachers or friends. If you have a wobble, then seek guidance. And I would say this is one of my timeless readings. I post readings at least 2 a week, sometimes more, and readings every single Sunday for weekly guidance, always. Super Souls, these readings are in a timeless readings playlist, and there are loads of readings in there that answer specific questions, give the guidance you need right here, right now. If you find yourself having a wobble, that timeless readings playlist is a resource for you as well. But I have tons of resources, a whole library of stuff as well. So I'll put all the links to everything that might be helpful in the information box and the comments for phone users. But you are being invited now to nurture yourself, act upon your plans. The Empress, Archangel Gabriel again. Act upon your plans. Creativity is rewarded. Luxuriant or abundant resources. Everything in your reading is pointing to the unfolding, a turning point where you come home to yourself, come out of your cave, find your voice, and within that, my goodness me, it's like it triggers a response that just brings abundance to you. So it's a really super opportunity. This is what is unfolding. So even if there is something around you that has left you, knocked your confidence a bit or pressed your buttons, honestly, reading number 1, this is an opportunity for you to step up. It is a window of opportunity that will bring you home to yourself in some way. Let us now draw more cards to ask, how is this unfolding? What may we be shown for reading number 1? How is this situation going to unfold? A sneaky peek into the future so that we can see perhaps more information about this circumstance, what's happening around you to create this window of opportunity, and how is it going to emerge? Okay. Oh, look at this. Your first card, the Release. Beautiful, beautiful card. Reading number 1. Let's place that here. We have Release. We have the 7 of Hearts. Choices. Beautiful cards. Knight of Stars. Adventurer. Oh, wow. The Sun, Vitality, and 4 of Hearts. This is the card of depression. Okay, this is not in any way, reading number 1, suggesting depression. What this is telling me is that you are going to be releasing it. Can you see the tears falling from her eyes, and the hearts returning? The hearts, whatever knocked your confidence, whatever shook your world, whatever caused you to feel like stuff wouldn't happen to you. This is the healing. We had the healing card. This opportunity is a shift in your fortune, a shift in the opportunities for you. In my library, I am now going to voice this, because whenever we move at a point of transition, do you know, even if we're moving to something that we really, 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 really want, that it often comes with an accompaniment of sadness. And the reason for this is, even if you really want the transition, it leaves you with the sadness of the fact that something didn't work out. And we have to release that. So every transition, there's a sadness. And in, I think it's the Psychology of Emotion section of the library, there is an audio. There's two. One talks about the wobble of change, and the other is about the sadness of moving forwards. If you find yourself experiencing emotions and they are challenging, because you think, I'm moving forwards, it should feel good, but I'm feeling really sad, and you're really tearful and you're really emotional. And this is a full moon reading, so lots of emotions are around, and full moons often help us with that release point, which is exactly what we have here, the card of release, metamorphosis. Part of release and part of change is that we release also physically from our physical body. The way that we release emotional history is through tears. You know, tears are part of the physical release. Within the water, we are releasing emotions, we are releasing, it's a form of cleansing when we cry. So Super Souls, this is really acknowledging the importance and you know, of this release, of this unfolding in your world right here and right now, bringing you home to yourself, opening up new doorways of abundance, prosperity. There's so much abundance coming into your reading. You know, vitality, the sun, adventurer, choices. It is literally this transformational point. It opens up choices for you that previously you have not allowed yourself. This means that you can actually set forth in the world. Look at the way we have the Knight of Michael, strong, committed, intellectual, diligent, time to move quickly, choose logic over emotion, sudden changes. This is going to bring you choices. There are going to be, I think this is going to open up this shift in your own perspective of yourself, and it's going to bring about healing. It is going to bring about more than one potential opportunity for you. I think in many ways what we're being shown is that for some of you, this lack of confidence has held you back in more than one area of your life. I think the choices are going to open up in every single area of your world. You may well find that you are tearful, particularly emotional. This is okay. It's totally natural. Let those tears flow. When you see those birds flying past, metaphorically, symbolically, the choice is follow them. They'll take you to dry land. So many opportunities are going to open up for you, reading number one. I am saddened that you've been through stuff, because you clearly have. But I also want to say this is an amazing turning point for you. It really is. It's beautiful. It has so much vibrancy about it. You will never forget the elephants here. You're never going to forget where you've come from. But the joy will return. It just says everything, doesn't it? Open yourself to true abundance. True abundance is joy from the inside out, and that radiates out and magnetizes more into your world. This turning point of following your own truth, being yourself, literally is not only healing, but it creates the most incredible shift. I mean, literally here again in this card, let me just bring this out to show you. We have here, it's like this castle is through the window. This is your future. You know, it's the castle of your dreams, everything you could possibly have desired, wanted to manifest. This is the beginning of all of those possibilities that you have previously dismissed potentially within you. Even if you wanted them, you dreamed of them, you asked for them, some part of you dismissed them. You didn't feel whole enough, confident enough, and now it's time, in whatever area of your life this is taking place right here and right now, it is time to embrace the opportunity of being you, and then just, it's like a domino effect, and then let everything just fall into place, and every step of the way the universe will be really, really supporting you. Your angels, the archangels, 100% with you. Reading number 1, this is magical. It's felt like an absolute gift to be here and to be in your reading with you today. So thank you so much. Super Souls, so if you want to get any of my readings as I upload them into your stream, if you subscribe and hit the little bell icon, they should come through to you. Any of the other stuff, the resources and the things that I do, I will put links in the information box for you and the comments. This is an amazing opportunity. It really is fabulous. Reading number 1, I am sending you so much love. Thank you for those of you who are, well, thank you for liking, sharing, commenting. Thank you so much to those of you who are giving back through the super thanks. You are really, really appreciated. Thank you for your support of the channel, and thank you also to those of you who support all of the things that I do through Patreon. Super Souls, you are really appreciated, and I will be uploading your next tutorial soon. For those of you that don't know anything about the other work that I do, the library, I have a Patreon account, and several people are there now giving back on a monthly basis, and in thanks to them I am doing a monthly tutorial where we are learning about how to read cards and runes. Super Souls, thank you so much for absolutely everything, for being you, for being a part of this amazing community. Tons and tons of love to you all. Welcome, reading number 2. You have been guided to the card 2 of crystals. We have the rune of fertility and also this beautiful white quartz angel. White quartz literally repels negativity. So, 2 of crystals and fertility. I'm going to place this card up here, and I think what we will draw first are some oracle cards to see what we are shown. So what is unfolding in your life at the moment? Now, because this is a full moon reading, we'll draw a moon card, but I think we will draw 2, some oracle cards as well. Okay, let's have a look and see what we are shown here. This is so interesting. This came out in reading number 1. You are good enough. How interesting, because a full moon does illuminate things for us that we are with an opportunity to let go of them, actually. So this is fascinating. You are good enough. Full moon in Virgo. And a new romantic cycle begins, new moon in Libra. Okay, very, very interesting. Different energy, but there is something here as well. I'm guessing maybe with this full moon, perhaps many people are being asked to recognize that they are absolutely good enough. We then have all is well, Archangel Jeremiah. Everything is happening exactly as it is supposed to, with hidden blessings you will soon understand. We have moon cycles, Archangel Haniel. Notice how the moon affects your energy and manifestations, and capitalize on these cycles. Interesting card to bring up on a full moon reading. Snake. Live according to your divine essence, the elemental kingdom. And Cow. Give with unconditional love and grace. Archangels Raphael and Mary. Right, okay. First of all, I do need to say to you straight away that there is definitely some aspect of relationship, of love, of intimacy. Now, whether this is a new relationship or an existing relationship, this is definitely speaking to us of love. It could also be connected to some aspect of a relationship with someone that you care about, where maybe things haven't been going so well. Things have been up and down, like a yo-yo, a seesaw or whatever, swinging in different directions. But this reading is definitely bringing you together with someone. We're seeing harmony, we're seeing love, we're seeing souls unite, we're seeing transformation. Now this is an interesting card here. Live according to your divine essence. I would say for some of you that if you have been navigating some aspect of relationship and there are children involved, that, you know, maybe some aspect of children, either wanting children or not wanting children or trying to work this out, this is now going to be sorted. This is definitely sort of addressing itself. Something has been very up and down in your world here. 2 of Crystals. Now the rune of fertility. The rune of fertility, it sort of asks for completion of beginnings. So there's something that needs to be either wrapped up or attended to before this unfolds. We're asking, you know, what is unfolding next in your life? What's happening right now? What is unfolding for you? We're seeing a shift to positivity away from negativity. So if there's been conflict, if you haven't been able to see things clearly, this card, we have this, there's an owl here sitting. You see on this seesaw. I feel like for you, in terms of your love life, it has been going quite slowly. Maybe it's been up and down. Maybe if you're dating, you've kind of like met someone and then, you know, very quickly discovered that you don't really resonate, or if you're dating online, you get on really well and meet face to face and there's no chemistry, or some aspect of an existing relationship, it hasn't quite been working its way through. Something just has been very up and down around things, swinging like a yo-yo, literally. But it's time for this to shift. Actually, this is what is unfolding. We're seeing a spiral here. This is what is now unfolding. A new phase of relationship, a new era of relationship. Now, what we're being told here as well by your angels and the archangels is that actually, even though it may have felt like things have just been up and down, and you've really questioned whether this is going to work, is it ever going to happen? Is this going to work out? Will this situation evolve, emerge? Actually, there's been some really important timing going on in the background here. Everything is happening exactly as it should. This is how it is. You will soon see the hidden blessings. You will soon understand. Everything is actually happening as it should be. So there has been some timing involved. And also, I think part of this, it's to do with the way we use experiences. It's what's being voiced here as well. Sometimes when things are up and down, we can interpret those experiences as being, gosh, I'm not good enough. You know, this hasn't worked out because of me. And that I need to reassure you that that is not the case. There's nothing going on here that is to do with you not being good enough. Quite the opposite, actually. There's been other things involved. And the moon cycles as well, Archangel Haniel, notice how the moon affects your energy and manifestations. Capitalize upon these cycles. You will find if you follow the moon, I do a lot of stuff on the moon. I create a moon diary and a moon journal, which will literally teach you how to kind of manifest with the moon. They will be, soon be live. So watch out for those. If you're on any of my email lists, I will notify you as soon as they are live. But these These are tools. And if you follow the moon, what you'll find is that there are certain signs that the moon goes through when you are more up than or more down, when you are more vibrant and more positive and more likely to feel the self-doubt. And if you understand those, it will help you to navigate those kind of ups and downs a little better. Let's draw from the Archangel Tarot pack, because this is definitely a new phase of romance unfolding in your world right now. Oh, okay. That's a very big chunk of cards, but you know, I think we're just going to use them. Super Souls, let's see what we have. Four of Raphael. Seek out other possibilities, look for the magic in life, be aware of your own emotions. Absolutely. Now this is a full moon reading, and full moons, you know, let's face it, full moons bring out our emotions, don't they? They just do. Knight of Ariel. Oh, this is lovely. Trustworthy, understanding, devoted, funny. There is so much to accomplish. Make a very detailed plan, being watched over by someone kind. Okay. How many cards do we have here? Let's place this just here then. Archangel Michael, Ace of Michael. A wonderful new idea. Don't allow bumps in the road to hinder your progress. Clear up communication problems with others. Two of Michael. It will all be better if you just make a decision. Over analysing a problem, find a compromise. Wow, look at all these Michael cards. Now, I use these cards very regularly, so they are well shuffled, well used. No doubt if you follow my readings, you'll have seen these in numerous angel readings before. So for them to come out like this, in a pack that's well used and shuffled, Ace, 2, 3 and 4. I mean, that's just, I mean, you know, how does that happen? It's showing such a progression of energy for you. Here, reading number 2, excuse me, 3 of Michael. Release the past. You will grow from this situation. Time heals all wounds. 4 of Michael. Insights that come from quiet meditation, the need for more sleep or time off. Seek release from stress. Okay, right. I think what we're seeing here, very important. These two cards are saying so much to you. The up and downness. This has been really knocking you off balance, and I think what happens emotionally, for those of you that are new to me, if you follow my channel, my work, you'll know I was an accredited psychotherapist and counsellor for over 28 years, so I really understand emotions. It's what I have an free online library. I'll put all the links in the information box. Anything relevant to for any of you will be in there, and you know, all sorts of links and connections. But emotions really are right at the heart of so many of our difficulties in processing stuff. And they're also right at the heart of sometimes knocking us off balance, but also keeping us off balance as well. Now, you are about to begin a new romantic cycle. This is what is unfolding for you. It's magic, it's happening, it's there. There is so much to accomplish. This is the refinding of trust. This is a new romantic cycle that is going to bring in a level of trust, a level of commitment, unconditional love and grace, transformation for you. All is well. Divine timing is in place. It's going to you're going to start to level out. But I think what's also going to happen here as this unfolds, this new phase, a new point of love for you, okay, new point of romance is, I need to say to you, I think it will press some buttons, and not in a negative way. There's something really, really exciting about this. But you know, when you meet someone brand new or you enter a new phase of relationship where you're overcoming a challenge and you're starting, it's like you're moving up to the next level. You know, you've been dating and now you're really committing, or you're about to get married, or you're establishing a new beginning after a period of conflict. I do apologise. I actually ended up getting COVID, and I still have this cough, this dry cough. I mean, I'm completely clear and fine, but it is the residue of that, I'm afraid, and it's still, when I'm talking, it just still comes up. So I do apologise for the coughing, super souls. Please bear with me. But yes, this is, so whatever this new phase of romance is for you, whether it's a brand new beginning, whether it's a refinding trust in an existing relationship after something went wrong, or whether it's a fresh start, yeah, whatever that is, you know, we've just spoken of those different potentials. When we start something afresh, inevitably we feel quite insecure. You know, it's most obvious sometimes, I think, in a brand new relationship. You know, you meet someone, you really want to be in love, and it makes you feel so vulnerable that it's kind of like all your insecurities surface. So this card is actually really reassuring you. Look, it's time to let go of these insecurities. And again, as you navigate, if this is the early stages of a new beginning in relationship, as you navigate these early stages, excuse me, notice the phases and the signs of when the moon is going through certain signs, when you feel more emotional, because it will help you to remain on an even keel here. This is a fruit-bearing rune. This white quartz angel repels negativity. This is an amazing, if you have a piece of white quartz, or you can buy a piece of white quartz or access a white quartz angel. I have a tiny one. It's like a talisman angel. I carry it with me. I tuck it into you know, somewhere in my clothing, and I carry it with me if I'm wobbling, because it just repels negativity, and that really helps also to navigate, you know, my own internal thinking patterns too, to push away those negative thoughts. This is a fruit-bearing rune. This is so loaded with potential. It really, really is. And look at these unicorns coming in together. You know, don't overthink, don't overanalyze, don't dive into those insecurities. I did say in reading number 1, you know, certain emotions trigger certain thinking patterns trigger certain emotions, and you can go round in circles truly in this way. I am not here to promote my books particularly, but I did write a book. Again, I'll put the link there. It will, honestly, this book will teach you how to use your most challenging emotions as a source of empowerment. It will turn emotions around for you. If you think of emotions as energy in motion, emotions are really valuable and really helpful if you can actually know how to harness that energy. Look at you coming together. Transformation, healing, coming together. I mean, just look at these partnership cards, you know. Be aware of your own emotions. You know, it's so easy to feel fearful of new beginnings, or to think, can I really risk loving someone? Can I risk being vulnerable? You've been vulnerable, you've been hurt, you know, but the answer is, of course, yes. And if you are having a wobble at any time, you know, just get still, meditate. Release the past, because you're going to grow and trust is going to return. This is what is unfolding. Love, intimacy, connection, trust in relationship. This is what is unfolding. Romance, coming back into your world, unfolding, whether it's new or the establishment of the new. It's coming. Don't allow bumps in the road to hinder your progress. This is just lovely. Reading number 2, I'm going to draw some more cards. I'd like us to perhaps just maybe catch a sneaky peek into the future to see what's unfolding, or see if we can be given any indication of this new love, this new phase of love, this new love. What might we be shown? More information for reading number 2. Lovely. Three of Angels, clarification. The path, exploration. Beautiful, beautiful cards. Hold them up so you can really see them. So Three of Angels, clarification. The path, exploration. This is very clear additional guidance for you, actually, reading to the release, metamorphosis. King of Trees, architect. Eight of Hearts, codependency. Beautiful. Right. So we can see what you're letting go of. This is about moving into a space of relationship. Now, some of you may have found yourself in relationships that were in the past codependent, you know, unhealthily codependent. This is about moving into a space of romance, love, trust, balance, equality, whereby you are not, there's not an unhealthy codependency, there's a healthy interdependency, and this is going to flourish. You become the architect of change. Now, just the getting clear, clarification. Interestingly enough, and the path exploration, I feel with these two cards, what we're being shown here is, it's an indication that says, take your time and enjoy the journey, okay? Don't allow bumps in the road to hinder your progress. Don't overanalyze the situation. Just allow it to unfold and notice anything that surfaces from the past and recognize the difference. Give yourself an opportunity for clarification. Recognize the difference between what's happened in the past and those kinds of emotions and what's happening in the present. And allow yourself to explore. This is a time to enjoy the pathway. Get present and enjoy it without any, let's say, any expectations, because it's right to have intent and to know what your ultimate desires are within a relationship, you know, but not to try and prescribe how the relationship might emerge and how this new chapter of relationship might emerge. Enjoy the journey, get clear every step of the way. This is leading to this metamorphosis, this release. So if you are starting afresh and you have a wobble because insecurities show up, they just do at the beginning of relationships, I think, or new phases, it's what happens. Well, that's okay. You know, just notice, take note, observe, you know, check in with any resources that you need to do to kind of bring yourself back into balance. Completion of beginnings, fertility, fruit-bearing rune of the future, you know, and release them literally. And with the phases of the moon, again, you'll also find, I mean, there are key stages through the moon. I do lots of stuff around the moon. If you want to get notification of anything that I post, if you subscribe and press the little bell icon, it should come into your stream. But I do post moon updates for the month. There are key points in the moon phases when we can evaluate. We're shown clearly what adjustments we need to make, what course corrections we're going to make. You know, the quarter moons are those points in time. The full moon will reveal, the new moon will support us in creating new beginnings, really adding a turbocharged boost to the wishes and desires that we really want to bring forth. That there's, you know, I do lots of stuff around manifesting with the moon, but really this is such the unfolding here is the pathway of new beginnings for a love and a relationship that flourishes, thrives on healthy interdependency. It's a relationship that is there because you want it. It's not based on unhealthy needs. There are healthy needs should be met within relationship too, but this is really, really about coming into balance within relationship, becoming the architect of the kind of relationship you want to build. And that happens step by step, where things surface. Instead of feeling bad about what's surfacing and thinking you're not good enough, you process it, you explore it, you take a step further on the path, and you release, you move forwards, and everything starts to grow and flourish more and more and more. This is a beautiful unfolding, an absolutely stunning unfolding to the kind of relationship that is really, really, well, yeah, it's balanced, it's balanced, it's joyous, it's harmonious, it's content, it's got the stuff of real solid love about it. So this is just beautiful. Reading number 2, it's been an absolute joy to read for you. It really, really has. I am so excited for this new chapter of your world. It's absolutely, romance is unfolding. I am just sending you all the love in the world. I'll put every link possible that might be helpful to you into the information box. I will be doing some webinars as well on how to use a moon diary, actually, so you can learn how to manifest with the moon. So again, if you hit the little bell icon and subscribe, as soon as I upload that webinar, it should come into your stream. And if you're on any of my email lists, I will get in touch with you. I'll let you know as soon as the diary and the journal are live, and I will let you know when that webinar goes live as well. Super souls, I am just sending you all the love in the world, and every happiness. Reading number 3, welcome. You have been guided into this reading by the Seeker of Wands, and we have the Rune of Journey and the Rune of Gateway. And we also have the Rose Quartz Angel, love, just love. What more can we say? Love, love, love. Now, this is very interesting to have 2 runes here today. Journey and Gateway. It's very interesting because journey has momentum. It's like a journey. It could be an internal journey. It could be literally a physical journey, taking a journey or a trip. Gateway asks you to pause and notice something, that there's a point of turn here. So before we say any more, let's draw some oracle cards. Now this is a full moon reading, so we'll draw some moon cards first. I'm seeing this card here and this card here. And angel cards, of course, because this is an angel reading. This is the one. No, that's it. There's your 2. Lovely. Let's have a look and see what we have here first. Wow, this is extraordinary. These 2 cards have just come out in reading number 2. This card came out in reading number 1 too, the Good Enough card. Now, I have to say, I have shuffled that pack. I always put the cards in at different places when I put cards back into a pack, and then we shuffle again before we even start the next reading. So this is quite extraordinary. So, Super Souls, if you were drawn to reading number 2 as well as reading number 3, then we shall see what we're shown here. So you are good enough, and a new romantic cycle begins. Let's see what else we are shown. Divine order, Archangel Raguel, everything is how it needs to be right now. Look past the illusion and see the underlying order. Healthy lifestyle, Archangel Raphael, eat a healthful diet, get adequate sleep and exercise regularly for optimal health. Ooh, Hyena, dare to be different, Archangel Jophiel. And then we have Donkey, keep your heart open no matter what, Archangels Mary and Gabriel. This is very interesting. This is a very, very interesting reading. It is a very different message to reading number 2, but nevertheless, it could be an add-on for some of you. It could both be in play. Now, let's first of all look at this card here, your primary card. This is from The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. This is Dorothy and Toto. What was really interesting was that she had the red, once she had the red slippers, she always had the ability to click her heels together, make a wish, and her wish would come true. And she could wish to go home. She could just be transported home if she wanted to. But she didn't know that she could do it. She didn't know she had the ability to manifest that dream, have that desire. She had the ability all along. The key was there for her, and she went on this massive journey. Yes, of course, here we are. She went on this massive journey of discovery, and it was through that journey of discovery and meeting friends along the way and helping others that she actually then learned. Ultimately, she reached a point where she could see very clearly, or be shown very clearly, that she always had the key to be able to unlock the thing that she wanted, to have her dreams come true. This is a very different reading to reading number 2, but it really may be very relevant to some of you to watch both. Okay, Seeker of Wands. Divine Order. Eat a healthful diet, get adequate sleep. There is something here that is really important, reading number 3, about being open to receive. I feel like you guys have been, you've been givers rather than receivers. You're possibly even you've been over-givers, people pleasers. And it's time for you to allow yourself to receive. You know, giving is a beautiful, beautiful thing. And if more people were giving in the world would be a much nicer place. That's really true. But if giving and receiving is out of balance, we're actually, if you're an overgiver, and I can speak from the heart because I have been one, if you are overgiving, you're contributing to the imbalance. And actually, sometimes giving can be like a defense. It's a protection. You know, it stops you from receiving. It stops you from being open, no matter what. It's a form of protection. Now, the new romantic cycle beginning. This could, for some of you, it does place an emphasis on relationship and intimacy, but it could also, for some of you in this reading, also be about receiving abundance and love of your life, love of yourself and love of your life as well, or love of some aspect of your world. But for some of you, it will be a focus on relationship. But I feel this reading is tuning in and aligning with your ability to manifest what you want, to manifest the stuff you love, the quality of your life that you love. And also fear of being, dare to be different. It's like there's maybe been a fear of being seen in some way. Let's draw from the Archangel Tarot pack and ask more information. Okay, well, we have 4 cards. I'm just going to let those happen. That's arrived, so that's what we'll do. Are there any more for us to see here, please, for reading number 3? Feel this one. Yes, and this one. Okay. We'll put those. Oh, look at this. We have, I was going to say I'd put this over there. Look at this. We have the Emperor and the Empress. Wow. Excuse me. Wowza, wowza, wow. Okay, right. Whether this is love, intimacy, romance, marriage, or a connection to some aspect of relationship that is, I mean, it could be a business relationship, but there is an emphasis on romance. It could be a business partnership with a connection that you adore, but there is definitely a return to love here. Right, these two together is, I mean, you know, what can we say? You know, this is when you get the Emperor and the Empress, you have that perfect balance of masculine and feminine coming together. Non-gender specific, I would add as well, but this is really amazing. I feel like this reading, what is unfolding in your life is an opportunity for, yeah, literally, for you to come into balance in some way. Now, these cards are speaking in more than one way. If you are seeking an intimate partnership, I really have to just say to you, this is totally rubber stamping the fact that this is going to happen. Okay, with the information that you need to manifest this, be balanced. You have the key here. You actually have the key. Keep your energy clean, look after yourself, keep your heart open. Everything here is absolutely primed and right. Let's pop those over there and look at what else we have here. So, right. First of all, change your life. A sudden revelation that offers freedom, break free of procrastination, embrace the opportunities that bring change, or change brings. Right, magical opportunities. I am still going to hold out and just say, look, for some of you, if you're in a stable relationship, this is actually about finding that aspect of life that you love, something you've really wanted, a dream come true. Seek out other possibilities, look for the magic in life, be aware of your own emotions. 4 of Raphael. Now this is interesting, it's come to sit under the healthy lifestyle card. Now a full moon is full of emotion. Seek out other possibilities. So a revelation that offers freedom. There has been something that's been holding you back, or something that's blocked you either from believing in the possibility of your dreams, or I think for some of you maybe there's been something and it's felt really quite a physical situation that's held you back. But this is going to change. See, there is an aspect of work here again, 8 of Ariel. Take pride in your excellent work. Practice makes perfect. Consider getting additional educational training. And we have the wheel, new beginnings, end of delays. Yes, a change in direction that offers happiness. So what I'm going to say first of all, because this is a general reading. So whatever this connects to, whether it is to do with romance and relationship and intimacy and partnership, and we have an absolute affirmation here of this, okay? Whatever this is about for you, reading number 3, if it's not connected to that, but it's connected to wanting to find your way home, for example. We have the castle here. Dorothy wants to go home. She wants to find her way back to something, find her home, find her pathway. Really, you can do this, okay? This is what this reading is saying. You have the ability to open that gateway. So let me tell you about the rune of gateway, because there's a really important aspect of what we're being shown here. What is unfolding for you is the pathway to something that you want. And you actually have the skills to do it within you. Now, the rune of gateway metaphorically invites us to climb to the top of a mountain, to sit and look back and review over everything that we have ever done and seen and experienced, and then through appreciation of everything, even the really, really rubbish stuff, appreciate it because it's made you a better person, and then in that space of appreciation and gratitude you step through the gateway. It's like your energy is clean. And there's something here about letting go, that turning point, which always comes with every full moon. You know, I post lots of stuff. I post monthly moon updates, and the phases of the moon are very specific in terms of manifestation. A full moon will often be a turning point where we can actually more easily release something that has been blocking us. And I'm seeing something being released here with a new opening for you. Look at this beautiful, these massively, almost like blindingly amazing lights coming in here. Really singing from the heart. Something that you previously either didn't believe in, or something that's held you back, is going to be shown to you, or is being shown to you, or an opportunity to step through and beyond, changing some aspect of your life. If you've been leaning too much into sort of, if you're having a down day, reaching for the box of chocolates, it's time to put that down and bring in a healthy lifestyle. Go for a walk instead, walk around the block, do something, bring things back into balance here. If your energy is balanced, this is just going to happen. And that is the key here. You have the ability to change your life. The sudden revelation, now it may be as well, I do apologise, said in the other readings, I did actually end up getting COVID, and this dry cold is the residue of that. But I am completely fine, and thank you to those of you in the comments who were wishing me well in my last reading. Super souls, but yes, I am fine, but I just have this real dry cough, and so I do apologise, and please bear with me and forgive the intrusions of the coughing. You can change your life. You can do something different, okay? A new phase of your life is unfolding, in which you are going to love every minute of your life, because you're going to be shifting something in you and this is what is unfolding. It's like when you can shift your perspective and the thinking patterns, behaviors that come with that change of perspective. That's the rune of gateway. The path will open to you. Journey. It's like you can go wherever you want. Instead of being stuck, possibilities just open up for you. Now, I do think this reading is most definitely being responsive to aspects not just of intimacy and relationship, although that is there for some of you, but also to do with your work. Take great pride in your excellent work. Practice makes perfect. Dare to be different. You see, I also think that some of you you're on a pathway work-wise that maybe sets you apart a little bit. Maybe you have some quite unique ideas, quite a unique contribution that you're bringing into the world. And you may have some doubts about whether this will be well received. It's actually time to really nurture this into being, take charge. And the support and partnerships that you need to manifest this are absolutely about to unfold. So keep your heart open. Don't don't lapse into confusion or self-doubt, because you actually already have you have the skills, you have some vision of something that is really, that deserves to be brought to be manifested, to be brought into being. And if you need to get extra help or do some extra learning on the way, it's just going to come to you. The pathway is opening up for you. The key is remaining open and holding on to this absolute uniqueness, this idea, this vision of what you want to manifest. Because it's going to, you have the ability to make it happen. And part of that is infusing it with love. Enjoy the journey, enjoy the learning, enjoy every second. And if this is new relationship, for some of you, you see, I think it's both. For some of you, you're entering a new phase of both career and love in your relationship as well. And so the relationship you're manifesting, or the new phase, if it's an existing relationship, is one that will support you in your work, where you'll have that equal balance of home life and love life, but individuality and individual expression as well. That's really, really coming through here. But we have such an affirmation of success. To have the Empress and the Emperor is just reading number 3, it's magnificent. That's really all I can say. It's like the castle that used to feel like it was a pie in the sky can really become real. And you don't need the rainbow balloon to get you there. All you're going to have to do is to click your heels. It's like making those wishes in the space of the right energy, getting your energy right. I would say making affirmations as well that really support you. Now let's draw more cards actually around very specifically, what can reading number 3 do to aid their journey and to aid this process, this unfolding, to help this unfolding happen? So we are asking, what can reading number 3 actively do to help this process to unfold, take place and happen? Okay, let's see what we have here, reading number 3. The path, exploration. Super nice. 4 of Angels, rest. Oh, this is very important, very important. We have the card 7 of Trees, contemplation. We have 3 of Stars, visions. Oh, wow. 10 of Angels, surrender. Okay. Reading number 3. I just have to say, your guides, your angels, the archangels, the universe absolutely has your back on this one. Surrender. This is like practice the art of allowing. This is just delightful. It's like you're literally being given a step-by-step guide to, this is like your little mini guidebook, your step-by-step guide to how to make this possible, to how to help this unfold with flow easily. First of all, exploration. Be conscious of all of the possibilities at every step of the way. Because what you are manifesting is very, very unique to you, and that includes the relationship. I know every relationship is unique, but I actually genuinely feel for you guys, because there's something really quite, I mean, we're all unique, we're all special, but you actually have quite a special, unique gift of some sort to bring forth. You may not have quite found it yet, but you have it within you. And you kind of know that you want to make something happen. You want it to go big, whatever that is. It's very creative, very, very unique to you. You want it to go big, and it's there, but there's a pathway you need to walk to get there. And there'll be different options and choices along the way. So keep exploring your choices and options, okay? Also make sure that you take time to rest, okay? Be balanced. Don't go at this like a bull in the china shop. Keep your life in balance. Take time to rest, and also time for contemplation, because when you slow down enough, because I think what you're bringing forth, you know how you, I mean, all of us, I think, if we, in our work and in our manifestations, we can have days when we have mental blocks. It's like having writer's block. If you're writing a book, and some days it just flows, and other days you just sit down and just the words aren't there. If that happens, stop. Don't push yourself and push yourself. If it doesn't feel right, stop and rest, and then and let it go. Get present. You know, there's been some amazing studies that show, with literally MRI scans on people, that show that when they absorb themselves in a problem, these were people that were considered to be geniuses. I read about this study, and that they were really, really remarkable people who consistently delivered quite unique stuff and found solutions to things that were really quite difficult. And they gave them MRI scans, little things on their heads to wear, so they could plot what was going on. And they would absorb themselves in a problem. And it was when they walked away from the problem and went out and took a walk in nature, or they'd, you know, be singing in the shower, and that's when the vision would come, the moment of inspiration. They'd contemplate it, then they'd chill out, walk away from it, and the vision would come, because they were still enough to receive. They were open enough to receive. Keep your heart open no matter what. So really, really interesting. You're being given a step-by-step guide to finding your way and to work with the unfolding. Now, the unfolding is happening. This feels like a card. The 10 of Angels for me is always a card that says, it's like practice the art of allowing. It's time to stop trying to make it happen and actively work in a co-creative way with the universe. This card for me always says the universe is absolutely behind you. Practice the art of allowing. Explore your options all of the time. Keep your pathways open and enjoy the journey. Really enjoy the journey. Hold that space of gratitude. You know, when you've done that mountaintop, that metaphorical letting go, because you're letting go of any attachment to the past, and you're just appreciating and grateful for everything that you've ever had, even the rubbish experiences. It means you can let them go because you don't have an emotional attachment to them anymore. And with that space of gratitude, which is the highest vibrational essence of all, you can walk through the gateway and start this journey, and the pathway will open. Take time to rest along the way, to make sure you replenish, you eat well, you look after yourself, you literally physically look after yourself. This is looking after yourself, mind, body, soul. And making sure that if you ever have a moment where you're not certain about something, just stop, go for a walk in nature, meditate, walk away, sing in the shower, have a dance break, do whatever you do that switches you off from the stuff that you're thinking about. Take pride in everything you do. Live with gratitude at every step of the journey. The answer will come to you. You'll be shown exactly what you need to see. And so holding this overall space of practicing the art of allowing is just going to literally allow the universe to create the pathway of unfolding that you can then enjoy and love at every stage. And I do think for many of you this is some aspect of creativity, career opportunity, something that is going to bring love into every aspect of your life. For others, it's romance, relationship, and for some of you, I really think it's both. Super Souls, this is a gorgeous, gorgeous reading. I am thrilled to be connecting with you because you are, you know, thank you for checking in on the readings. If you're subscribed already, thank you for being a part of this community. You're living, I mean, this is the pathway of the spiritual warrior. You are living at a high level of soul evolution and consciousness, and it's a real honor to connect with you. Super Souls, if you want to get any notification of anything, subscribe and press the little bell icon. I post all sorts of readings. This is a timeless reading. I do these at least a couple of times a week, sometimes more. I post readings every Sunday for guidance right here, right now, and for the next 7 days. I post monthly moon updates, which are all about manifesting with the moon. So do check those out. This will be in my Timeless Readings playlist, and that's a kind of a resource which you can access at any time and always find a reading that will answer a specific question or give you the information you need for something. Super Souls, I am thrilled for you. That's really all I can say. I am utterly thrilled and wishing you the most amazing chapter of your world that is now unfolding. Super Souls, this is lovely. Tons of love to you. Oh, and thank you so much to those of you as well who've been giving back to the channel through the super thanks. Just wanted to add that thank you. And also to those of you who are supporting all of the work and the resources that I put into the world for free through Patreon. If you're new to me, my channel, the readings, I have a wonderful group of people who very, very generously are giving an ongoing donation to the channel and to the work and my free library as well on Patreon. And as a thank you to Patreon people, I upload a free tutorial every month. We're learning about reading the cards and the runes. So thank you all so much, and I'll be uploading your next tutorial very, very, very soon. Super souls, tons of love to you all. I mean, I am just, yeah, I'm over the moon for you, literally.